Let's be honest for a second, we've all been there. You're standing in your kitchen, you look out the window at the front of your house, and you just sigh. The culprit? The wheelie bins. They are the necessary, ugly, and often smelly reality of modern life. We all have them, and none of us know exactly what to do with them. We try to hide them behind a bush, tuck them by the side of the house, or just give up and let them own the driveway. It's a universal problem. And it turns out, even if you're James Corden, globally famous Gavin and Stacey creator, former late-night host, and owner of a staggering £11.5 million London pad, you still have this problem. But when James Corden tries to solve his bind-related woes, he doesn't just annoy a single neighbor, he starts a full-blown war. The dream move home turns tense. After years in the Los Angeles sunshine, James, 47, moved his family, wife Julia Carey, and their 3 kids, Max, Carrie, and Charlotte, back to the UK last year. The home they bought is the definition of a dream. A lavish multi-million-pound property in a very exclusive part of North London. It was supposed to be a triumphant return home, a chance to settle down. But the reality? It's been one giant planning headache. The latest battle is all about those pesky bins. Like any practical homeowner, James apparently got tired of looking at them. His solution was simple, clean, and something you or I might do. He decided to pave over a part of his front lawn to create a neat, tidy, and out-of-the-way storage spot. It makes sense, right? A clean, paved area. No more dragging bins over muddy grass. No more eyesores cluttering the front of his beautiful new home. Wrong, so wrong. Unsightful and detrimental. You see, James doesn't just live on any street. He lives in a conservation area. And in a conservation area, you can't just change a light bulb without someone noticing. Paving over a chunk of your front garden, that's a declaration of war. Almost immediately, the locals and powerful preservation groups were up in arms. This wasn't just a practical fix, it was an unsightly renovation. They branded the new paving as detrimental to the character and appearance of the entire historic area. This wasn't just about Corden, this was about the neighborhood. They accused the Late Late Show star of single-handedly reducing biodiversity and contributing to a loss of green space. Why? Because to make way for the bins, a large, beautiful flower bed had reportedly been demolished. In the eyes of the community, Corden had chosen cold, gray concrete over living, breathing nature. Feeling the heat, the Smithy star tried to make good. He offered an olive branch, or, in this case, 4 new trees planted in his front garden. A noble gesture, greenery, biodiversity. It backfired, comically. The angered neighbors immediately inspected the peace offering and were, once again, furious. The problem? He planted the trees too close together for them to ever thrive. It was seen as just another botched job, a clumsy attempt to fix a problem he had created. The council lays down the law. The planning application James's team submitted in September tried to brush the whole thing off. It described the dramatic, neighbor-enraging works as nothing more than minor landscaping works to the front garden to repair existing paving slabs. Repairing? It seems the neighbors and the council saw it differently. They saw a flower bed being ripped out and a green lawn being paved over. After reviewing the complaints, Camden Council delivered a crushing verdict. They sided completely with the furious neighbors. Fame and fortune meant nothing. The rules are the rules. In a move that must have had the local Preservation Society cheering, the council has reportedly ordered Corden to undo all of it. He has until January 6th. The order is brutal. He must completely remove the area of hard landscaping and make good any resulting damage. Just imagine that for a second. He has to hire a whole new team of builders to come in, rip up the pristine new paving he just paid for, and then, presumably, hire another team of gardeners to put the lawn and flower bed back, exactly as it was. All while his neighbors watch. It's the celebrity walk of shame, played out in paving stones. The noise before the bins. What makes this sting even more is that this isn't even his first row with the neighbors. He's been in the area for barely a year, and he's already that neighbor. Just months ago, James received a flurry of complaints about another building project. He had submitted plans for a massive extension to include a gym, office, den, spa, and shower room. The neighbors were horrified. They claimed the design was so oversized it looked less like an extension and more like a bungalow being built in his backyard. But the real fear? The noise. The family had already been making a racket. In one of 18, yes, 18, letters of objection, one fed-up local wrote what everyone else was thinking. One of them plays the drums, which can often be heard on my terrace and occasionally inside my flat. Even with the windows closed, the complaint read, "What happens if they decide to move the drum kit out of the house and put it in the den?" It's a terrifyingly relatable fear. We've all had that neighbor, the aspiring musician, the late-night party thrower. Now imagine that neighbor is a multimillionaire who is building a soundproofed den to practice in. In that instance, James actually won. His planning team applied for a special certificate, and the planning officer dismissed the noise complaints, agreeing the plans met the requirements. But the victory came with conditions. They couldn't damage nearby trees, and the outbuilding couldn't be used as a granny flat. But that victory seems hollow now. He may have won the battle of the bungalow, but he has decisively lost the war of the wheelie bins. It's a tough welcome home. James Corden may have left the bright lights of LA behind, but he's traded them for the harsh, unforgiving spotlight of a North London neighborhood watch. And they are watching his every move.